Okay, Sistas fans, now I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, holiday, and New Year, and we shift gears to 2022, being the year of Fatima. I mean, literally the show is coming out this year, so that's something to be excited about. But there are those who feel a bit uneasy about the direction that Tyler Perry has taken with the character on Sistas, and that's what this video is going to be about. And the question is, did Tyler Perry ruin Fatima? Now, look, before you go off in the comments, praise God, Jeremy, you're not one of these Fatima stands who just root for these two characters without looking at the facts. That's actually true. Like, I like these two as a couple, but I'm not opposed to talking about, are they really as good a couple as fans make them out to be? And there's also the flip side of boo, boo, Fatima goals, boo, you Karen stands, boo, she treated Zach like crap, boo. Yeah, I know. Look, all I'm saying is this. Given all the couples that have fallen apart in the past couple of years between the Will and Jada, the recent divorce of Megan Good and her pastor husband who had, a lot of relationship talks and books, and they were couples goals, and what's his name, Derek Jackson, and all this other stuff, I don't think it's a good idea to really say quote unquote hashtag relationship goals or this and that. At the end of the day, your relationship, your marriage with your spouse, partner, whatever title you want to use comes down to you two. That's not to say you can't seek out advice from other couples or these celebrity couples, but just remember they're people too. So don't worship these couples. Just, keep in mind that it might look beautiful on the outside, but what happens behind closed doors could be really, really, really ugly. So there's all, maybe I don't even know if I should do a separate video on this, but I don't know. Maybe I should chime it in here too. I don't ship Duvall, and if I say the name wrong, I'm sorry. There are people like, you said his name. Is it Duvall or Devell? I get it mixed up. I listen to the videos where there's interviews and they clearly say his name, but I'm sorry, but I didn't feel right to say Zach. So the actor portraying Zach and Crystal, who plays Fatima, I don't ship them. Zach's Devell, he is happily married with 4 children. I do not ship them. I know some people are like, well, he's happily married. Why you shipping? No, I ain't one of those Ocelicity shippers from Arrow, the ones who wanted Emily and Steven, the actors who play Felicity and Oliver Queen, respectively, on Arrow on the CW. There were people on these websites that would actually Photoshop Emily's face into Steven's pictures with his wife because they wanted them together in real life. I'm not one of those people. I don't know how people would even think I'm one of those people. If you've been on this channel long enough, then you know I pretty much give the facts, my thoughts and opinions about the show. I will comment on relationships I like, which are few, by the way. But then that's it. Like, I'm not a diehard ride or die Fatima fan. I'm glad Tyler Perry is showing he can write a competent couple that's realistic. There's no fairy tale happy endings. There's trials and tribulations, regardless of if you're happy or not. You gotta work hard to maintain a relationship, especially when there are forces outside of your control trying to stop you. But sorry for that lengthy intro, but I just had to get it out there. All right, so has Tyler Perry ruined Fatima? Now, the main reason that people are saying this is because Fatima used to be so calm, cool, collected, classy. Now, all of a sudden, she a thug. What kind of shit is this, Tyler Perry? And I'm actually quoting some comments and DMs I've been getting over the past couple weeks. And I can understand the argument, especially of her behavior in the finale. Like, was Fatima out of character when she put on those brass knuckles, or when she had those 2 guys beat the hell out of Hayden? Where is that coming from? If I were in the shoes of a casual viewer, somebody who doesn't do what I do, and that's analyze every piece of the show, I could definitely understand why that's a bit of a head scratcher, especially when it's like, here we go again, Tyler Perry turning a black woman into this, this crazy chick who gets people beaten up. This is Veronica Harrington. This is Victoria Franklin. This is Candace Young. Here we go. No, I don't think so, because there have been signs. It's kind of like Hansel and Gretel. Tyler Perry has left breadcrumbs from the beginning of Fatima's character to where we are now. I'll admit, there have been episodes where I've said in my reviews, I'm like, okay, I don't really like how Fatima's acting. Like, this is coming out of nowhere. She was kind of just, Andy's secretary in season 1. And then in season 2, she, hid some incriminating evidence of Andy from the FBI to avoid her being arrested. And then when she first met the girls, she revealed that she's not somebody looking for a long-term relationship. She's not looking for love. She's just dating to date, which was something Zach fans were like, oh my, and I was one of them, like, oh shit, here we go. It's like, Zach, is possibly starting to fall for her, and here she is not falling for anybody because she doesn't want that. And I'm like, here we go. No. But then we move forward to when she pulls out the gun on Jasmine to protect Andy when she's getting roughed up in the parking lot. But, even though Andy's like, why are you carrying a gun? It's like, I'm a single woman in Atlanta. Why aren't you carrying a gun? And I'm like, well, that's a good point. So it's just one of those things where we kind of got those little tidbits to her character. And then she told Hayden and Zach together, I'm crazy. If I get to a certain point, I'm not turning back. Folks, Fatima has not changed. We're actually just seeing the character Tyler Perry has built up. Now, I'll admit, I wish she did a better job establishing the 4 main women on the show, but I do not believe it is a fair argument to say Tyler Perry has ruined Fatima's character. Tyler Perry has assassinated that character. He assassinated Karen's character. But I do feel like Fatima, as we saw her at the end of season 4, we've been seeing this Fatima damn near the whole show. If I wasn't super lazy, I would get the episode titles and numbers. Hey, go to episode 1. We'll go to episode 13 of season 1 at 7-minute mark. I ain't doing all that. I just literally told you the examples. And I do think that in season 4, when she's like busting the windows out of Hayden's ride, I'm like, okay, that is a bit too far. But now that I've watched that live stream that Crystal did with Zach Duvall, I know I probably got it wrong. Please don't condemn me in the comments. I can't take it. No, I honestly don't care. But for real, it's no disrespect. I'm bad with names. But I do feel like she said, and I did a video, Fatima comes from a family that has a history in the drug world. That's how they got all their money. She's studying to be a lawyer in order to help out her family if they come across any legal issues. That's why she's not intimidated by guns or men who have been in jail. She's been around that her entire life. Guys, Fatima ain't changed. We're just finally seeing who she really is. It's like I always say in these videos when I talk about House of Pain, or when I used to talk about assisted living or have and have nots. I'm more of a person of show me, don't tell me. Don't tell me 50 different character traits of a person on the screen, but we never see them in action. We've gotten tidbits to who Fatima is as a person. Even though the information said in the live stream, Crystal said Tyler gives us these characters and usually he lets us create a backstory. And I think that's awesome, by the way, because you know me, I'm the king of what ifs, and creating backstory and stuff. So it's like in the Fatima series, Zach said in that interview I did a video on yesterday about how we're going to find out more about Zach and why he is the way he is, Fatima, and why she is the way she is. It's all about family. So we're probably going to end up seeing some family members. And ooh, what if some of Fatima's family meets Zach? Dun, 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 dun. She did say, Crystal did say in that one live stream, Zach reminds her of her father. And that's honestly something that's been mentioned in, a bunch of relationship seminars and stuff. Men sometimes or typically look for women partners who remind them of their mother. Women sometimes look for men who remind them of their fathers. So it would be pretty interesting to see what's going down with that. And also, we know that Zach got into some drug problems before and got locked up for selling and everything. So I wonder if it's possible that Zach's is already known by Fatima's dad. It's just one of those things where if Tyler writes this correctly, we can be in for some massive continuity. And and you know how much of a continuity whore I am. I know that's a poor way to phrase it, but I just love when things connect together. I'm an MCU fan. That should tell you right there. But guys, in my personal opinion, I do not think that Fatima's character is ruined. Now, I would have included it in this video, but I feel like it deserves a separate video. I do feel in some bits and pieces, and I know this is a bit biased. This is a small preview of that video, by the way. This portion of this video. Everybody knows I love me some Crystal Lee Naomi, aka Jasmine. But this is coming from an unbiased place. I feel like Tyler took elements of Jasmine Borders, gave those to Fatima, and he's going to run with it. Kind of in the same way like in the Haves and the Have-Nots, Amanda Cryer was crazy, and then she got killed off. And then those crazy traits got transferred over to Veronica, and she became the star of the show, even high above Candace Young. Look at it now. Fatima was a recurring character. Jasmine was a fan favorite. Hated at first, but then beloved. And now all of a sudden Fatima star shown. I feel like the moment Fatima took that gun and pointed it at Jasmine was the moment she stole Jasmine's fire. And then she just skyrocketed into the stratosphere, and now she's getting a spinoff. Even though I said Jasmine should have got a spinoff in season 1, but I digress. So I'll do a separate video on that. But I will say Fatima hasn't changed. We're finally seeing who she really is. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you feel like Fatima's changed as a character, where she used to be so reserved? Now she's like unapologetically in your face and will F up anybody who gets in her way. It's just one of those things. I could see both sides of this. I can honestly see both sides of it. It's kind of like the actress that portrays Miss Alice on Bruh, where people are so used to her playing, you know, a more subtle role in the plays, and sometimes she's made appearances in Tyler Perry movies. But when you look at her in Bruh, she's like a in-your-face, loud, provocative character who people really don't like because we're used to seeing her in one particular kind of role. The same can be said of Fatima, where we used to love how level-headed and basically seemingly stable she was compared to the other sisters. But then you watch her in recent episodes and it's like, oh great, Tyler Perry's going this route. To be honest, I'm more afraid for Zach than anyone else. Because I mean, if Zach hopefully doesn't piss her off or anything, we know what she's we got a taste of what she's capable of. So I'm like, Zach, I told your ass, take that money, get your house, and focus on yourself before you get involved with another woman. I mean, you rushing to move her into your house and everything, not knowing about her past. I'm wondering if that's going to come up in Fatima, like, wait, your family used to deal drugs and your dad was a mobster and everything. Oh, jeez, what I'm going to do now? I mean, Zach, that's on you, buddy. You rushing to move people in your house and shit, but that ain't going to be me. I want to get my house, and that will be solo. That's it. But whatever. Okay, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Please, let's have a civil conversation in the comment section below. Do you think Tyler Perry ruined Fatima's character, or do you think we finally saw who she really is, because we've been getting tidbits as the series of Sistas has come forward? I really am interested to see how she's going to be portrayed in the Fatima series, because based on the very little, and I mean very little, that cast have been saying online or in interviews, it seems like we're really going to get a comedic love story in Fatima, but it's also going to have this drama too. So kind of like Sistas, but more condensed, because it's Zach and Fatima. So like and subscribe. Trust and believe hitting the thumbs up button, hitting the subscribe button helps out these videos more than you can imagine. Hit the bell icon and select all. That way you do not miss out whenever I post content on this channel. Follow me on social media. All those links are in the description below. And if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App.